Why do I literally have like a dozen of these things? I only use 3. That's because you don't have a system. I have a system. No. You have piles. Okay. I have piles. Hey guys, Scott here from Alpha Nerd Tech. How you guys doing today? So this is a spot in the studio you usually don't see. This is the comfy couch. This is where I like to sit down, jot down ideas, and come up with the videos. The couch again. Are we in the doghouse? Ha ha. No, it's brainstorming time. And that moment back there, that's the problem. Exactly. Every time I sit down to create, I end up managing files. Yeah, photos, videos, audio files, all scattered. Every project begins with cleanup. And then suddenly, the ideas, they're gone. So this isn't going to be just any old NAS build. This isn't just for YouTube. Definitely not a home lab flex. Photographers, video people, they all deal with this issue. It's going to be a private creator cloud that works quietly in the background. You never know it's there. So you mean for like creators, photographers, and video professionals? Yeah, that's correct. For anyone who hates file chaos, this is for them. Awesome. So this will be our build, and as you can see, we got the Zima drives and the drive bay, and this is the Zima 1664 with 16 gig of RAM and 64 gig of storage. This here is the ZimaBoard itself, and right here we have our PCIe slot. And we have our 2.5 gig Ethernet and USB and our SATA ports on the bottom. So that's the Zima. This is the riser kit and hardware. And we got a video adapter. And then we have 2 Western Digital Plus. They're the Reds, 4 terabytes. And that's what we're going to build. So let's throw this thing together. And here I present you the ZimaBoard 2 Creator Cloud. Small, quiet, efficient. Just runs in the background with no babysitting. Alright, so after a very brief login, setting up your username and password, we're going to go in here and make sure this thing is completely up to date before we do anything. So we'll go ahead and update it. And this will take a few minutes, but we'll let it run its course. And of course I'll speed this up. Alright, a quick reboot and a login here. And we are back online, and everything is completely up to date. There we have it. So now we're up to date. We don't have to worry about that. All right, so after the update, I went ahead and went in and set the pool. So the pool is all set here. Now, for testing purposes, I only did a RAID 0, and I have use of all 8 terabytes. So there we go. It's all good. So here you can see our USB SD card is already mounted, and we have about 30, if there's 31 available, 63, so we got about 32 gig of data on there that we're going to be transferring in. So we're all good. So first things first, go into our files, and you can see we have our pool and it's empty. So we'll go back here, and I did download a terminal app. So we're going to log in here, and we're all good. First thing we want to do is make sure that it's mounted and everything. So make sure we have full access to the ANT files. So we're going to run this right here, and it looks all good. So now we're going to run this command that's going to verify the name of our storage. So all we're doing is looking at our media, and there it is right there. So I'm going to copy this right here just because I'm lazy. And I can paste this into my notes over here. And we'll use that here in a little bit. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create the folder on the files here. So we're going to create a folder. So what this is going to do is it's going to make directory. It's going to make it on the files on our pool, and it's going to be called Creator Cloud. And in Creator Cloud, we're going to have two more folders. We're going to have an ingest and we're going to have a library. And then we're going to, in each of those, we're going to have our photos and our videos, photos and video. And then we're going to have two more folders for scripts and logs. So if we go over here and refresh this now, we have our file and we have our libraries. So that easy with commands. Yes, you can sit here, right click, new folder, name them all and everything, but it's so much easier just to do it in the terminal. So anyway, so next up we want to look inside of our USB SD card and make sure we get the file name right. And I know I do because it's the DCIM, but I'm just showing you the command here, and you run that because we saw that here earlier and we copied that into my code. So we're going to be pulling from the DCIM folder. So now what I want to do is I'm going to create a script here, and the script is going to do the auto ingest. So first we're going to open up Nano, and then we're going to copy in this code that I wrote earlier. And basically we just have our folder where we're going to ingest it to. We're going to create a log file, let us know what's not found, if it's duplicated, everything. So that's it for there. So now we're going to hit Control O, and we're going to hit Enter for save. And then we're going to hit Control X to exit out. And that was that easy. So now what we want to do is we're going to make that executable. So this right here will make our ingest.sh executable. And now we want to test it. So we're just going to run another command here. And look at that. We are instantly importing from the SD card, as you can see here, the DCIM file, and it's going straight to our ingest file. And if we go up to files, we go to ingest, we can see now we have two files here, the Canon, because this is what lives on the DCIM, and we are ingesting files. And now this is going to take a little while because these are big files. Some of them are big, 4K. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, so this is going to take a little bit of time. We'll just go ahead and let this do its thing here. And if we refresh this, we should see they're popping up here slowly. So I will get back to you in just a minute. All right, so I went ahead and jumped ahead a little bit here. But you know what's amazing about this little board is the whole time that we're doing all this work to it, ingesting all the files, it's sitting 18 inches away from this microphone, and I hear the clock ticking on the wall louder than I hear any fan noise or anything coming from this ZimaBoard 2. So it's amazing how quiet this is. You don't even know it's here. So anyway, there's all our files. They transferred over, and we can just give it a look here again and refresh this. There you go. So now everything is in our files. So notice this is still, everything's in our Canon file. It's all here. Next video, what we're going to do is when we do the ingest, we're going to actually have it put it in the library, and it's going to sort everything by photos and videos. And we will run through those codes next in the next video in part 2 of this series. So two things we're going to do next series is we're going to make all this happen the second you plug in your SD card. So there's not going to be any waiting around, no commands to run or anything. And it's going to sort them into the correct folders. So anyway, now we're just going to do a little bonus here. Something I wanted to try. And we're going to make this, instead of running a whole command to do this, we're going to open up our bash file. And down here at the bottom of the bash file, I am going to add in a quick little command. And this is just the auto-ingest, where we have the scripts run everything, and the script will be ingest. So we're going to hit save on this. So Control O, enter, and Control X. So now we're out of there. So now the cool thing about that is if I just go down here and type in ingest, haha, see, caught me. So first I have to reload the bash file. Yeah, I get ahead of myself sometimes. So let's reload it. Okay, now we're reloaded. Now if I just type in ingest, it'll do it automatically. And that little snippet of code right there is what's going to make the auto ingest work. Is now when the bash file detects that the SD card mounted on mount, it'll run this command. So we'll get into that next video, guys. This is where we're at today. We have a nice file structure. We have our ingest folder here. It's got all of our files from the Canon on it. Perfect. And then over here we have our, oh, where do we go? There we go. We have our library, and this is where everything will go soon. So next video. So stick around for the closing thoughts. All right, guys. So those of you that are seeing this video right now, to the end of this video, thank you for sticking to the end. And just letting you know, we have a lot more planned for this little board. We're going to first auto ingest. So the second you plug your flash drive into the USB reader, it's going to auto ingest into the files. Then we're going to add some AI to it. So it'll automatically arrange and put files and folders where they need to go. Put your video, audio, and your photos into their folders. It will sort them by date, by time, by location, by whatever we want to do. We're going to get that all set up next. We're going to go ahead and do some auto ingest from your phone. So let's say you're out on the road like I was, and my SD card filled up. I put it into my iPhone, I put it onto a file, and it was automatically in my home server. So we're going to show you how to do that in an upcoming video. We've got a lot of plans for this little guy, and it's going to stay right here doing all the work for me. So pretty soon I'm going to literally just plug everything in, and by the time I get home, or by the time I'm ready to start editing, everything's already sitting there ready in front of me, ready to go. So no more clutter, no more fumbling with SD cards, no more hassle of where'd this file go or where are these files at. All organized. The GPU, we're going to do some light AI on it. Nothing too heavy, but maybe some suggestions, or some help for video titles and descriptions, and to help with the SEO stuff. And yeah, so that's the plan for this thing. Stick with us and you're going to see it all.